top vezes que essa antenergúmera ela vai reagir a algo no YouTube. E isso está saindo no meio de um short. Ó. Vou dar uma repassada em tudo. Hollow Knight. E, gente, muito obrigado pelos 24 inscritos. É 25 pro especial, mas, né? Não mata eu fazer antes. Esse não é o especial. Amanhã eu faço, eu acho. Então, bora. Assistir isso. Então, já volto enquanto eu vou dançar. Vou deixar a legenda que se ferre. Legenda. Espera aí. Então que se dane, eu vou colocar voz na edição. E a partir de agora eu não vou estar nem aqui. Então, vai tocar.
What's poppin', peeps? What's good? How are you doing? We're gonna do a new video. We got a new what if scenario to deal with today. And that is, what if Kari was the Digimon Emperor? This has been one that was actually suggested months ago. But after thinking about it, I was like, things would be pretty interesting if that folded out. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So for hyped for today's video, you know what to do. Squat up on it. Let's shoot for 5 likes. Simple enough. We could do this. Without further ado, let's get into this. Let's set up the background. In the original story, Ken's cruel personality came when a dark spore was planted within him. In this scenario, same thing would happen, but instead to Kari. As far as the timeline goes, let's say right after the finale of season 1. For those who don't remember, not only does the dark spore change a person's personality, but it also changes their intelligence and athletic abilities. The changes aren't sudden though, and since Kari is the literal embodiment of light, the spore's influence on her is slower. I'm gonna say her personality change doesn't happen until about a year before the start of season 2. She grew cold and distant to everyone around her, including Tai. Ken grew to believe that those around him were insignificant insects. Kari, on the other hand, viewed all around her as pathetic sheep, lost without the guidance of a ruler. However, since she would not be able to rule them, her frustration grew as she was stuck in a stagnant world. One night, Kari received an email, sender to be revealed later, telling her to take her digivice and escape to the digital world. Somehow the mystery sender knew of her ideals and frustration. She did so, and soon found herself by the dark ocean, with Gatomon by her side as well. Gatomon, though not having seen Kari in years, knew something was wrong, but she stood by her nonetheless. Just as Ken did in the original, Kari placed her digivice in the dark ocean, transforming it into a dark D3. It's here she thought that she can take her rightful place as ruler over the weak. Not gonna lie, I'd be more scared of Kari than Ken. Not only because of the influence of the dark spore, but she has a lot more knowledge of the digital world and has a more competent partner. So let's see what Kari is capable of. Fast forward to the start of season 2 when TK, Yoli, and Cody arrive at school. If you remember, Davis originally was overexcited to be in the same class as Kari again. This time, however, no such commotion was made. He's in his seat, fiddling with whatever, and Kari's in her seat, reading a book. Davis is infamous for having a huge crush on Kari, and honestly, I think it's because of Kari's kind nature, but because of her recent change in personality, that crush faded over the past year. Back to the story, TK notices an empty seat next to her and, like before, tries to strike up a friendly conversation. Things quickly turn awkward for him when it appears she's uninterested in talking. TK picks up that something's not right, but just decides to ignore it. Around lunchtime, Kari slips away unnoticed to head to the digital world. Meanwhile, Tai is already in the digital world as Agumon and several other Digimon are under attack. Agumon tells him that the one responsible is a human calling themselves the Digimon Emperor, and that they have the power to control Digimon through some mysterious power. From this point on, the episode plays out the same, with some key exceptions. Kari is nowhere to be found when the others head to the digital world. There's also no dark ring around Monochromon, so he needed to be defeated with sheer force. And in the sky, unbeknownst to them, lies a Lady Devimon, silently gathering information of the events that just happened. And that's gonna be the end for today's part. Thanks everybody for tuning in to part 1 of What If Kari Was the Digimon Emperor. What did you guys think of the episode? What do you guys think will happen as we move forward into the story?
Ai, já volto. Luas que dançam Esperem aí rapidinho que eu já volto. O receptáculo puro é minha definição. E vocês é o Night, então vocês vencem de mim.
As we move
Voltei
forward
e
into the
vocês
story, happen as we move.
Tá aí?
Thanks for clicking on the video.
Agora vocês
Hit
vão
the
ver
subscribe
o
button for
vídeo
more weekly content.
se dane.
Hit the notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Greetings and salutations, all you beautiful, wonderful people, and welcome to a brand new video. And you know what it is, you've seen the title. It is part 2 of our continuing series, What If Kari was the Digimon Emperor. Now before we get started, I want to pose a question. Would you guys prefer this format where you see the animation, what ifs, or would you like for me to go back to previous video styles of me just being on camera and you guys can hear it that way? Let me know in the comments, and let's get into this video. If you're amped, hyped, turned, ready for this, squat up on that like button. Help support the series, help support the channel, all that good stuff. You guys, we're inching ever so close to 2,000 subscribers. As of right now, we're at 18, 67, 67, 68. I have to check it. It's nearly 130 away. Can you reach 2,000 by the end of the year? I believe so. So if you enjoy what you see, hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into this video. Where we last left off, Davis and the others successfully warded off the monochromon threat as they did.
Ódio, ódio, mais ódio, daorinha. Ódio eterno.
The original story. But, like I mentioned in the previous part, there's no dark ring, and Kari is nowhere to be found. There's also a hidden Lady Devimon in the mist spying on the young heroes. When the monochromon came to, it was as if he had no recollection of the previous attack, like he had been brainwashed. Tai and TK remembered back into the days of Devimon, and how he manipulated the minds of Digimon through the use of black gears. There was nothing like that found on monochromon, so what or who could be causing this? The group didn't dwell on it too long, though, before heading back home. However, another thing that was on TK's mind was this. Where were Kari and Gatomon? Sure, she wasn't acting like herself earlier, but he never knew her to just ignore a cry for help. The events then play out similarly to before. Yoli wanting to go to the digital world, and the other kids meeting about this new threat. Kari was here this time, but was totally distant and aloof to the entire conversation.
Já volto. Zoro, o que tu tá fazendo aqui, miserável?
The other kids meeting about this new threat. Kari was here this time, but was totally distant and aloof to the entire conversation, as if she didn't care what was happening in the digital world. After all is done, TK pulled her to the side to ask her why she didn't join the others when dealing with monochromon. Normally, she'd be the first to respond to any call for help, but today she was nowhere to be found. Her response, clearly you didn't need my help. With nothing else to say, she walked off, leaving TK speechless. Tai took notice and sadly explained to him Kari's change in personality. He had no clue what happened to his sister. 1 year ago, her light still shined bright, but now that light somehow went out. She won't even open up to her own brother. Tai was on the verge of tears before TK reminded him of something 3 years ago. Tai asked him to watch over Kari when she wasn't well, and TK told Tai that he still intends to keep that promise. They might not know what's wrong now, but the two of them refuse to give up. The next day, the gate to the digital world reopens, and like before, Davis and Vmon got captured, Hawkmon and Armadillomon got introduced, and they ward off the brainwashed Nemon, Dromojimon, and Mojiamon. Again, no Kari or Gatomon, and no dark rings. However, the human calling themselves the Digimon Emperor makes their official debut to the DigiDestined. Just imagine a similar outfit to Ken's original, but with a skirt. And behind her, ready for any command, was a Lady Devimon. I would also add that since Kari would have actually known most of the group prior to becoming the Digimon Emperor, she would also added a voice changer to the outfit. She's certainly smart enough to do it now, so why not? The adventure presses forward until the group makes one major discovery: the control spires. You might be asking, there are no dark rings. What are the control spires for? Get this. In this scenario, the control spires are used to amplify the effects of the Digimon Emperor's hypnosis. That way, it'll be easier to control more Digimon in a larger area. Subsequently, by destroying said tower, the hypnosis weakens and the Digimon are easier to beat. The control spires also have the original effect of amplifying the Dark D3's power of preventing natural digivolution. And after analyzing Yoli's D3, a map reveals that Digimon Emperor has placed towers all over the digital world. At that moment, the Digested knew their objective: to destroy every last control spire. At the same time, Kari, or the Digimon Emperor, was cooking up some schemes of her own. And that's where this part will end for now. So what do you guys think will happen in the future? What is Kari's magnificent plan? Do you think it'll be different from Ken's original plan of trying to control Ultimate Digimon? Or, as well as creating an Ultimate Digimon of her own? Or do you think Kari, as a Digimon Emperor, would scheme up something completely different? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought about this part. And again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Again, if you want more, appreciate you guys for your consistent support. And
créditos pro canal Jalane08. Ele vai estar aí na descrição, o vídeo original e o canal, @. Então, esse foi o vídeo, espero que tenham gostado. Antes, vamos ver as últimas palavras.
Also, I'll try to bring out more what ifs on a more regular basis. I'm going to try to do it weekly. It probably...
E ó, mais um inferninho. Oxi.
won't be this scenario
Tchau.
next week.